Hello, and welcome to the Overcoming Resistance to Change presentation by Jesse Cupp and Tatum Kitchen. The goals of this action plan are as follows. Goal 1 is an increased staff knowledge of the benefits of using SLOs and data-based approaches to measure student achievement. Goal 2 states that SLOs and student learning data should be identified as a way to help, not hurt teachers in doing their job. Staff perception of the rationale behind using SLOs and data may be negative, so changing their perception of data in the use of making decisions in the classroom would be a positive outcome. There are 5 steps in the action plan. Step 1 is to form a committee of lead teachers to discuss implementation and possible problems with SLOs and data use to drive instruction. Who would do this? The building principal. The timeline would be November 2016. The resources that may be available or needed is a staff meeting room or computer technology. Potential barriers to this happening is that teachers may not find time to commit to a meeting, or teachers could be reluctant to voice conflicting opinions within the meeting. The plan would then be that the building principal will send written communication to lead teachers. The principal must lead by example during the meeting. According to Whitaker, effective people expedite change by bringing it with them. The principal needs to be the catalyst for change within this meeting. Getting lead teachers on board by setting the example that the principal is using data to increase his performance may make the lead teachers convinced about using SLOs and data going forward. Step 2 says to work within the school to make sure that all teachers feel heard. Who needs to be doing this? The building principal and lead teachers. When should this be happening? As soon as December 2016. Resources: building surveys on teacher opinion as it relates to SLOs and using data to drive instruction, and lead teachers to meet with their respective departments to gain perspective on staff concerns regarding this change. Possible barriers could be that teachers may not take the survey seriously, or they could return the survey in a untimely manner, or lead teachers could face difficulty getting staff to understand how data fits in driving classroom learning. The plan in Step 2 states that the building principal will send out a survey on Google. Lead teachers will meet with their departments in small groups to elicit discussion that would be difficult in a larger group setting. According to Whitaker, collaboration among teachers is one of the most basic and effective ways to improve instruction. Departments can be more candid in these meetings and provide a counterbalance to the results from the survey. Step 3 states that one would need to schedule a teacher-led professional development session on the use of SLOs in the classroom. Who would be involved in this would be the building principal, presenters, lead teachers, and building principals. When would this need to take place? January 2017. Resources would be written feedback from department level meetings, survey results from the building-wide survey, select teachers who are experts in using data as a driver of classroom instruction, and professional development funds may be needed to purchase materials deemed important by the admin and the presenters. Possible barriers could be that if the building-wide PD meeting is too large, some teachers may not participate in discussions, and enthusiasm for the initiative may be difficult to generate without generating a consensus on what SLOs are and how they should be implemented. The plan for Step 3 states that the building principal will set aside time in the regularly scheduled PD time to discuss the new initiative. Presenters will establish a common vision about the implementation of this initiative. They will also work to create staff expectations of using SLOs and student data in the classroom. According to Marzano, the norm in professional development should be teachers within the school conducting workshops and seminars. Using staff to present helps create access for teachers if they have problems or questions after the session is over. Step 4 goes on to state that one would need to limit superfluous building initiatives. Who would need to do this? The district superintendent, building principal, lead teachers, and building teachers would all need to be involved. When should this be done by? Should be finished by the end of the 16-17 school year. Resources. Additional surveys to rate the current building initiatives and support from district level admin and building teachers would be needed. Possible barriers. Programs that are deemed superfluous could be deemed necessary by the district admin or teachers. Pet projects or initiatives could be difficult to end because the influence of the different individuals that are involved. Some priorities may need to remain because of their financial significance. This will need to be taken into consideration before any cuts to initiatives are made. The plan for Step 4 reads as follows. The building principal will meet with district admin to discuss ending weak initiatives. The principal will also send out a building survey to teachers to help in identifying these weak and ineffective initiatives. The building principal will then generate a list of initiatives identified by both administration and teachers to be cut. According to Douglas Reeves, when time, resources, and leadership energy are constant or declining, each new initiative receives fewer minutes, fewer dollars, and less leadership attention. Accordingly, it is important to limit initiatives to only those most important and impactful. Step 5 states that plan implementation and follow-up would need to happen. Who would be doing this? The building principal and building teachers. When would this be done? Be during the 17-18 school year and beyond. Resources. Generated expectations of teachers regarding SLOs and data in the classroom, and new teacher evaluation methods that reflect some input by teachers. Possible barriers. Some groups of teachers may still be resistant to change, and exposing teacher weakness with the use of data and evidence of student learning, if not done correctly, can reduce staff morale. The plan for Step 5 is as follows. The building principal, in conjunction with teachers, will generate a list of expectations regarding the use of student data when making decisions. The building principal will need to permanently increase the frequency with which they monitor and observe teachers. According to Douglas Reeves, the impact of frequency is nearly linear, as schools with weekly analysis of student performance and teaching strategies far outdistance schools that monitor only quarterly, semi-annually, or annually. Emphasis that SLOs and student data are for improvement purposes will need to happen so that teachers do not feel that they are being singled out. In regards to overcoming the resistance to change, in conclusion, the 5 overarching themes of this presentation are that one would need to engage teacher leaders. One would need to gain understanding of the view of those you manage, use those among your own staff as resources, limit projects and initiatives so focus can be on what is deemed important, lead by example, and use this as an opportunity not only for organizational improvement, but for self-improvement as well. Thank you for watching, and here are our sources.